Hey everyone! It is post-pageant week. First runner-up, Miss Chacon, and I'm ready to share. Ready to share how I felt, do's and don'ts, if I choose to do another pageant, what I'll do, what I wouldn't do, my lessons, and just my overall experience. I want to probably call this Pageant Chronicles. I'm not really sure of the name, but something, right? Really truly how it feels to transition back into regular life, because listen, y'all, I've been planning for and preparing for 6 months. Okay. Emotionally, how it feels to be the first runner up and why I'm wearing my crown high and proud. Listen, in this series, I'm gonna tell you the tea and I'm gonna be honest. Okay, 100%. So what are you waiting on? Go ahead and subscribe to that YouTube channel, like and share. So being the first runner up was definitely a shock for me. And it's not that, anything's wrong with being the first runner up, because honestly, I still feel like a winner. And I do believe that it was a very fierce competition. Before I got a call back from the pageant, when I signed up, I started preparing. I didn't waste any time. I immediately hired a coach. I hired a pageant coach. I hired a walk coach, and I hired a speaking coach, because I was serious about, winning. And this was before I even knew that I was going to be a part of the pageant. And so I kind of had a head start, me being the competitive person that I am. And I took it very serious. I started to work out twice a day. I was working out twice a day, y'all. Just to get my body in the shape that I wanted. And the type of physique that I have, I don't have that model figure. I'm very toned, right? So me working out twice a day made me even more toned. I started to work on pageant things. Now, mind you, I've already been in the community. I've already been helping the youth and women. I've been doing all of these things before I even got a crown. That's why I feel like a winner, because I've been doing these things. I've had a crown in my heart already. Now it's just physical. I'm the type of person is when I want something, I go full throttle. It almost becomes like an obsession. But someone once told me that it's a gift that God gave me, where I just focus, tunnel vision, to execute, to get the job done. And I took this pageant very serious. So let me tell you what my routine was. My morning routine was I woke up 5:30 in the morning. I prayed to the Most High God. I obviously prayed about the pageant, that God will allow me to grace the stage and that His will be done. I also did affirmations in the morning. And then as soon as I was done with that, I would ask myself 5 to 10 pageant questions a day. Y'all, I did this for 6 months. I wasn't playing. Having a pageant speaking coach was really good, because she helped me to I have a story. So she helped me to bring my story to life. My speaking coach helped with my story, and my pageant coach, she helped as well. But really, my speaking coach helped me to be able to express my story, because I'm the type of person, I don't want people to have pity for me. So it was definitely hard when I was in certain sessions with my speaking coach to tell my story, because I said, I don't want people to feel bad for me. These are the things that I've experienced, and I trust God with my experiences. that, I want to empower people. And she said, yeah, you're going to do just that. I don't want anybody feeling bad for me, but I want people to be empowered by the things that I've gone through, because I don't look like what I've gone through, y'all, like literally. So I was able to really be able to learn how to express my story. Mind you, I've done speaking engagements. I've told people my story before. I've done all these things, but I wanted to learn how to do it on a stage, a pageant stage. This was my first pageant, so I wasn't really sure how to execute that. And that's why getting a coach is a good thing. So I don't regret getting a coach at all. Getting a coach really helped. Getting a pageant coach helped because she understood the pageant assignment. So she gave me a lot of really good tips in regards to pageantry. And like I said, I'm an amazing communicator, but I wanted to learn how to communicate my story pageantry wise, if that makes sense. It was my first pageant, and I don't want to say perfectionist, but I like to work in a spirit of excellence. When I do things, I want to execute it. Would I get a speaking coach again? Yes, I don't regret that. I think everybody should get a speaking coach. Everyone should learn how to articulate your story the right way. And my story is so powerful, and I wanted to do it the right way. Would I get a pageant coach? Yes. Being my first time, I think it was good that I got a pageant coach. If I were to do another pageant, I would not get a pageant coach, because I kind of learned the ropes already. I will just kind of redo the same thing again. But if it is your first time, I would say definitely get a pageant coach. That was a good investment. I learned a lot. Would I get a walk coach? Yes. I also ended up hiring a walk coach. And I didn't realize that, your girl didn't know how to walk, okay? I did not know how to walk. I didn't realize that I didn't know how to walk. So getting a walk coach was a good investment as well. I don't regret it. I think I ended up doing like 2 walk coaches, but my pageant coach, she helps you walk as well. But my specific pageant coach that I had, I felt like I needed a little bit more guidance in my walking. So I ended up hiring a walk coach who specifically just was about walking. Because again, I like to operate in a spirit of excellence, and that's just how I am. Would I do it differently? Yeah, I mean, no, I wouldn't get 2 walk coach. I would have just gotten 1 walk coach, pageant coach, and a speaking coach. If it's your first time, right? So I don't regret that. Another thing that I did was I got sponsorships. I wrote a letter. I had a letterhead, and I sent it out to people. Sponsorships is a must because pageantry is expensive, y'all. Oh my God, it's so expensive. Pageantry is so expensive. I wouldn't have been able to do it on my own. I was able to get sponsors, people who literally paid, I'm gonna say 85% of my expenses. That's really, really good. Not a lot of women are able to do that. You just can't be afraid. You gotta put yourself out there. You gotta ask. You gotta talk. And that is a must in pageantry. Get sponsorships. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Oh my gosh, because you're gonna need it. You're gonna definitely need it. And I don't regret doing that. I would do it again. And every pageant that I do, if I do one, I would definitely get sponsorships. Would I have spent the amount of money that was spent, no, I will do differently. I'm gonna have more episodes where I really go into deep about certain things that occurred, like with my dress. I ended up finding, well, someone referred a designer to me. This specific designer was not a pageant designer. They made prom dresses. And apparently like some celebrity dresses as well. Y'all don't know, but they ruined my dress. They glued my dress together, and that's going to be a whole nother episode where I talk about it, how I had to get my dress remade in 2 days. Shout out to Ruth. She's an actual designer who designed my dress in 2 days. I can't wait to tell y'all about that part. So in pageantry, what I realized, I'm a very like elaborate person. What I would have done differently, or what I would do the next time, is I don't think I'll get my dress made. I think I would find a dress that's already made and do that instead. Because when you get your dress made, there's a likelihood that you're not gonna like it, that it's not gonna be what you want, and then you're gonna have to figure it out. So that I would do differently. And I can't wait to share that specific story about my dress. Listen, y'all. I cried. It was like a nightmare. The person literally glued my dress. And I guess that's what they do in Miami. And I guess that's what they do with prom dresses. But this was a pageant dress. And I trusted this person, and they did not execute. But God came to the rescue. And I had an amazing designer redo my dress in 2 days. Listen, y'all, this story is a miracle, literally. Transitioning from pageantry to real life was hard. I took 3 days off, y'all. I slept like I never slept before. I was very emotional because I know the hard work that I put in. But at the end of the day, it's a competition. And sometimes people don't play fair, or things may not seem fair, but you cannot be connected to the outcome. And that's where I went wrong. I was so connected to the outcome of being crowned a title holder. I didn't realize that I was still crowned, you know? And that everything happens for a reason. And God is in control. So of course, I want to talk more about that, how to transition out, in another episode. Because, you know, this is my introduction. Y'all probably wonder, where am I going? I've been celebrating all week. My girlfriend, one of my girlfriends, she's going to take me out for breakfast to celebrate my crown. I just love the support that I received. And all the nice comments and congratulations. It's truly what you make it. And I already see the favor. So I'm getting ready for breakfast to celebrate my win as first runner up. And I wanted to get ready with y'all. I truly believe that pageantry is here to tell your story. You're a woman with a powerful story. You should do pageantry. You have a mission. You've been helping your community, just like I have. You should do pageantry. And I think sometimes we can get lost in that, the whole glitz and glam of pageantry, and not really look at the most important thing, which is your story and your mission. And that's when people get super competitive, and I hear about pageantry politics, or people cheating, or doing certain things that's not ethical to win. And it's because you forgot about your story, you forgot about your mission, which is the most important part. So to all my pageant sisters, the ones who didn't get crowned or received anything, put your head up. Because your story is what matters, and your mission is what matters as well. That is the root of pageantry. That is why I signed up, because of my story and because of my mission. And I asked God to crown me, and he did. So stay tuned for another episode, because this is just the beginning. I'm going to break it down to y'all. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Grow Girl Community, and let's grow. Transitioning out of pageantry was definitely hard, because for 6 months I gave my life to pageantry. I worked out, like I said, twice a day, which brought me to the hospital because I hurt my muscle. I was lifting like 140 pounds of weight, and I had to tone it down. Sometimes us as women, we don't know when to stop. My best friend was like, listen, girl, you need to calm down, or you're not going to be able to walk on that stage. So for a week, I didn't work out twice. I worked out once, and I did Pilates. Would I do that differently? Yes. So what I would do differently is I wouldn't work out twice a day. I'll just work out once a day, and make sure that I give myself a break during the week. I really went ham. And because my routine was based off of my goal, one of my goals of, making sure that my body was in tip-top shape, after pageantry, like I said, I had to take a break, but it was just like, okay, I had to create a whole nother schedule. So what I would suggest is, when you start pageantry, you have to create 2 schedules. Create a schedule for pageantry and create a transition schedule, so that once the pageant is over, you already know what you're going to do. I didn't do that. That's what I would do different. Okay? How's my hair coming along, child? I've been wearing my crown everywhere. Listen, I earned this. Fair and square, like I earned my crown. I did amazing on stage. My on-stage question, I got standing ovation. I did so well. And I'm proud of myself, y'all. Truly. At the end of the day, I am a Christian, and I believe that God is in control, and he makes no mistakes. He allows certain things to happen for his glory. So, Lord, I'm gonna make sure you get the glory out of this. For 10 years, I've done so much. I've empowered women. I've created blogs. I've helped women become authors. Oh my gosh, I've done a lot. I've helped over 300 students and family through financial literacy and empowerment. I knew that it was my time to get crowned, and I did. So that is why I am wearing my crown high and proud, because I know the work that I put in to my community and to other women. And no one can take that away. Nobody. I feel like I'm missing some curls on this side. Pageant hair is big. Big hair, big hair, big hair, big hair, big hair. Yeah, so never be attached to the outcome. Always be attached to your story and your mission in a positive way, because that's what it's truly about. Your story, your mission, and to know that you've already been crowned spiritually. It just probably hasn't happened physically yet for you, But in this case, it happened for me physically. Isn't she beautiful? Oh my gosh. Okay, I think I'm done. I think I'm ready to leave. Makeup. Hair. Let's spray myself together. Dewy finish look. Oh, no, I'm not done. I have to do some blush. How did I forget that? Listen, y'all, I had to learn how to do makeup. I've gotten so much better. YouTube. Don't I look like a beauty queen? I feel like one. And I am one. Yesterday, I went to a networking event. Got so much information. I'm going to be speaking to young women on confidence. Listen, this crown is opening so many doors for me. Only God knows. Only God knows. So many doors. And I am so grateful for all the doors. So grateful. Bam, bam, bam. How do I look? Like the beauty queen I am. Chin up.